We are shooting the Evol 30 cal.
I brought Mama's 22 year again.
Mama's.
Yes, this is her target gun, mostly bench. She doesn't hunt at all, so this is hers. I love shooting it because it is extremely accurate for a very small gun.
I'm going to.
Ah! Look at that target.
Huh?
Do you see that? Is this a cheater? Is this gun cheating?
So, Will, you're pretty active on all the Facebook groups and all that kind of stuff, but what do you describe yourself as? A squirrel hunter? That's kind of your MO?
Absolutely. Like, if you ask anybody that knows me and has known like my social media, they will tell you. Like, I think we just had a post like a few weeks ago. Somebody said, "What's your favorite target?" Of course, I pick up, I get just a random squirrel internet picture, and that's my target. That's what I really love doing.
And so where do you go for a squirrel hunting?
Well, I'll give one location, my house. Other than that, I don't tell my honey holes. But I think my all-time favorite is English Harris's property. It is squirrel heaven. If I don't come out of there with 2 5-gallon buckets, then I wasn't shooting. Like that, I mean, you could do that in an hour. Oh yeah. He has them literally, they're dripping out of the trees.
Hey, you come shoot my peacocks? Oh man, this dude again. Okay, yeah, I'll come shoot your peacocks. So I had driven by there, like between the 2 years, and there were peacock feathers everywhere on the. I says, I'll give you a call. When I'm ready to come, I'll give you a call. So that evening, it's like, man, I'm bored. I don't want to do this, but I can't sleep. I've slept all day. I'll go shoot. So I call the number that come through my phone, which my phone, if your number's not in my contacts, goes straight to voicemail. I ain't got a voicemail. See you, bye. But I called dude back. His daughter answers the phone. Can I help you? You know it's 9 o'clock at night. You show up on this ranch, I will shoot you and then call the sheriff. I was like, ma'am, you check this phone. I got a phone call earlier today to come shoot your peacocks. Oh, that's my dad. He's got dementia. Mom just hands him the phone to keep him off her back. We took care of them peacocks 10 years ago.
You know what's even worse is when you're getting the ducks down there, the Egyptian geese and shit like that, and you're laying them up on the bank, and people are going, "You killed a duck! Oh my God!"
So I used to drive 22 miles to work every day.
That's nothing.
I know, but 22 miles every day, and I'd take this one route. And every morning, this white magpie, I mean albino magpie, was sitting up on this dude's antenna, TV antenna, I mean huge TV antenna. Wasn't into air guns then, but man, I had me a 22 that was pretty damn quiet, and I had wood for that magpie.
No kidding.
You know, that's something different, an albino magpie.
Yeah.
So every day I'd go, and finally I ended up with him in my sights.
Uh-oh.
And it was like, what are you doing, you fool?
Yeah.
You can't have them mounted. Yeah. They're illegal to shoot. Yeah. In this state anyway. And what are you doing?
Somebody's property.
Somebody's property. And then the very next day, I never seen that magpie again. Never seen that magpie. But then I got hooked on the white albino peacock.
All right, let's go out there to 7 and 5. How long is this barrel? 9?
10 inches.
10 inches?
Not as long as my leg. I to assume you're from Australia?
Yes, sir.
What brings you to America?
Long story.
Well, condense it.
I came to skateboard professionally.
Really?
Yeah, from age 9 to almost 22.
And that's what brought you to America.
Yeah.
We're like the skateboard freestyling capital of the world.
I traveled everywhere. Like,
Yeah?
only a few places I haven't been in the world. Like, stupid. Well, I pretty much grew up here. Like, after age 9, I think your adolescence, you start figuring out who you are, and then when you get into your, young adult life, I'm like, what am I going to do now? My body hurts. What am I going to do for work?
Yeah.
And also, there's a little backstory that I don't mention a lot, and is my mother took like 90% of everything I ever earned. I didn't know I made money when I was skateboarding when I was a kid. I never knew how much, you know what I mean? And then all of my friends now, like Tony, he doesn't even have to work, but he does. But he has so many investments now that his money makes its own money,
He
and
sits back and lets his bones heal up.
Yeah, I could be that, but at any rate, so I went to work for General Motors, retired from General Motors, and I was a traveling mechanic for General Motors. And then now this job, like, I travel, and I've been traveling since I was 9, and I'm ready to not travel anymore.
So you've been here since you've been 9?
Yeah.
Since you were 9?
Yeah.
8, 9?
9 years old. Well, I grew up on a sugarcane farm where I never knew there was people, anything, electricity, nothing like that, blah, 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 blah. And so when we went skating in town, it was a whole day adventure. So I got to go skate, and then somebody recognized me, blah, blah, blah. My mother signed some papers, and we went to Los Angeles. We got in a cab and went to Motel 6. I remember the little diamond key. It gave us this, the plastic key, blah, 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 little diamond with the number on it, blah, blah, blah. And the cab driver was nice enough to help carry some of our bags to the room. We open up the room, and of course, my mom turns on the electricity, and I'm like, what the heck is that? Like, we got power. There's a TV. Never saw one before. Heard a lot about them. Never saw one before. And then she walks around and puts stuff, like, towards the bathroom. You know how they have the little bathroom section, blah, blah, blah. Set stuff up there, and she goes in to pee. And I hear her peeing. I'm like, we have a toilet inside the house. But
what part of Australia did you come from?
North Queensland, Bundaberg area. If you were to look on the map, you'd see Bundaberg like this, blah, 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 all the way to the beach. Had quite a large farm. We would move from house to house in the farm. Like farming, we would farm so many 100 acres here that we would move, and then move, plant, and then come back, harvest, load everything on trains. We had trains that came in. We loaded everything right on the trains. And it's funny, we had an Aboriginal. I grew up with Aboriginal kids, and they're some of the most adaptive, most, like, anything. We would be stopping, walking down a dirt road, like one of the farm roads, and they would stop, turn around, start digging, and pull out a lizard like this, and like they were ready to eat. So that was my life.
Why the evil period?
Because it's indestructible. flat indestructible. It's a once in a lifetime gun. Buy once, cry once.
And what do you like about it most?
Buy once, cry once. What do I like about it? It's American made. The reviews I watched were great over the 3 years I studied it. It's an awesome gun, period. That's it. Enough said. Gun speaks for itself.
So what do you think of the Pathfinder so far?
This is a really, like, what's changed me and made me sell the Vixen was the power on this gun. This gun's way more powerful than my Vixen. It's heavier, but it's way more powerful.
And it's just better suited for squirrels.
So if I'm shooting 75 yards, which I don't typically do, but if I have to, there's plenty of knockdown power. And same thing with lizards. When I go south and shoot lizards, that this will definitely do it.
This guy here pushed me. Why don't you get into competition? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that?
You should.